name's Todd Hicks.
And I'm Joe Rummelsbach.
On behalf of OTF and the Department of Plant Pathology, welcome to this week's Turf Tips. So far, there's no real news to tell you on the weather. It looks like for the next 7 days, we're going to have more of these pop-up storms, stay wet and soggy. With that type of weather, the temperatures are coming down. Anthracnose, if you've had a history of that or been struggling with that, still be on the lookout for that to be a problem. Leaf spot, still a big problem on golf courses. Brown patch, it seems we had a hit of that when the humidity was around. It's gone, the temperatures have gone down, so not something we have to worry about. Dollar spot's still our number one threat. Once we've had it, it may wane a little bit with these temperatures, but it will still continue to be a threat and may increase with the pop-up rains. So the things you have to look at, fertility, going to be real important right now, especially since a lot of that fertility may be washing away, having trouble getting out mowing, those sort of things. And looking at your fungicide labels when you're making your applications, going to need to shorten your windows up. That 14-day application window may not last that long, may not make it. So looking at the 10 to 12-day window on 14-day products. Also, make sure you're using the correct amount of product. I wouldn't be stingy on my chemical use. Make sure you're using a good, strong product at a good, strong rate to go out there and combat the disease. What are you seeing on like that?
Yeah, just to follow up on your comments, Todd, on applications of fungicides, I agree 100% with him. Another thing to be cognizant of, and I'm sure you are, is just with these rain events, it's really hard. You want to make sure it's dry as much as possible. If you have systemics and you get a light shower, you aren't going to lose the efficacy. But if you're using contact products, remember they're like paint, and if they get wet, wash off, or get diluted, you're going to lose a lot of the efficacy that they normally have. On the golf side, what we're seeing in samples coming in is nothing too new, except we're seeing the result of these continued wet conditions. If you're seeing a lot of rainfall, wet conditions, unfortunately, if you are managing a course that has inadequate drainage, older greens, push-up greens, we're seeing a lot of decline of roots, shortening of the roots due to low oxygen. And with this, in a couple samples, we've seen black layer coming in. A lot of Poania is really teetering. And we're really fortunate to have these cooler temperatures. That's going to be a great help. But still, if you're in low amounts of air in your soil, your turf's going to decline. It's going to be very vulnerable to disease problems, especially, like Todd said, anthracnose. We've gotten more cases of anthracnose in this week, both foliar and basal rot. If you have weakened plants, that is the perfect scenario for anthracnose to go rampant. So be very cognizant of that and really look at those samples carefully, or send us some to look at them also. Lawn care wise, not a whole lot new from Todd's comments. Leaf spots running rampant. We just got a sample in today right here from a professional athletic field, practice field, loaded with common leaf spot. It'll continue with these wet, moist conditions. Dollar spots out there a lot, and brown patch. If you've had brown patch on tall fescue, the cool temperatures will slow its advance, but you may not get quick recovery. So you may have a time here if you need to put out an application to try to check it to prevent additional damage. Go ahead with that, because these wet conditions are going to favor the disease, even though the temperatures really aren't ideal for rapid advancement. So that's about all I have. So good luck out there. If you have samples, send them in to us or give us a call. We'll be happy to work with you any way we can, and have a great week.
Talk to you next week.